Just make sure you got your energy correct.
But
nope.
Him, Charlamagne, and myself, we got so drunk.
How long ago was that?
I don't even know.
That was 2017, because I remember I went to Atlantic Warner afterwards, and they were doing like a party for Divide Doing Well, and I was so lit up that I just didn't really. They were introducing me to all these new artists they just signed, and I was just there being like, I can't even have a conversation. It was bad. It was bad by about 10:30 in the morning. I was probably the most drunk that I've been that year. Well, also I feel like being an Englishman sometimes with Irish blood. I gotta kind of keep. I keep my composure when I'm drinking. I don't want people to think I can't handle it. But afterwards, I really couldn't handle it. Yeah.
I couldn't even drive home. I had to sit in the back for like 2 hours.
You wore glasses then too, right?
Yeah, I did. I got my eyes lasers.
Oh yeah, we did that. Me and Evie did that.
Yeah, I got I always was freaked out by it, and then my brother got it done, and it completely changed his life. And what it was having a daughter and being like, I've never seen her properly. I've always seen her through perspex lenses. So I went and got them lasers, and the best thing I've ever done.
Wow.
Yeah, well, my life shifted so much. It's technically,
Yeah.
6 times.
Wow, that's got it.
5 and 1 on the way. I got 5 and 1 on the way.
Congratulations,
Thank
man.
you. Any day now, we're waiting.
You're going to be entering into the trenches again, man.
That's right. How's it been being a new dad? How did you take that on?
I think it just it sort of happened, and everyone was saying, "Oh, your life's just going to change," and blah blah blah. I don't think the shift really happened instantly because it was such a whirlwind. It's the first 3 months are so like full on, but I think you just kind of shift into this new norm where you get up at 2:30 in the morning and
I don't like how they pass the ball in this
when
game.
you can. And yeah. So, but she's in a routine now. So she goes to bed at 7 and she wakes up about 5.
Do you travel with her everywhere?
Well, I would like to, but do you know what? I took her when I did the first bit of promo in Los Angeles in June. I'd never spent any time apart from it, not even a single night. So I went in June to Los Angeles and then to New York to do promo, and I brought her on both. And jet lag was just cruel on her. Like she was just not sleeping. So she's here for this trip with Cherry, but I try not to do it where it's going to be jet lag and it's going to mess her up. So. But my rule is no more than, I said more than 10 days, but it's actually never been more than like 8 days.
You guys both got COVID together, right? You and your daughter.
Yeah.
But was it the two of you isolated alone? Because I know Sherry wasn't there.
Yeah, no, she wasn't there. And, man, it was like, it was fun, but when you're like trying to get better and there's like, your daughter is... You can't say to her, "Hey, let's just watch a movie. Can we just chill out for a second?" You know? But it was good. It was really, really nice spending all that time with her. But Ches was living next door and cooking dinners and stuff like that.
How was it on your daughter? How was it? Throwing up? Was it diarrhea? Was it constantly crying? How did it affect her?
Yeah, it was just fever, diarrhea, sleep. I mean, like coughing. You know, it was all the things. I don't know if it affected her taste. Obviously, she's 14 months, but it was all the things. But she had it in summer as well. My wife had it in summer, and I didn't get it. It was I don't understand it sometimes.
So your daughter had it twice?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Were you ever scared that it was going to be even worse?
Wow.
Because that's a scary thing.
Well, they say with kids it's actually all right. I mean, we didn't know but because Cherry got pregnant before the pandemic started, we didn't really know what was. So we just avoided everyone because I didn't want to risk being pregnant and whatever. So yeah. But now, like, because loads of my friends have had it, some have had it bad, some haven't had it bad, and it's a roll of the dice, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, when it comes to body clocks, right? How's your daughter's body clock being over here in America? Did she get up crazy early?
Yeah. So I got in at 2 a.m. from SNL. Because you finished at like 1:15 or whatever. I got in at 2 a.m. and then she was up at 4. I was like, but we do a thing now. I never let her have screens in front of her. So when the screen is in front of her, it's like crap. And do your kids watch Paw Patrol?
Yeah. Hell yeah!
Oh my god, it's something in that show, right? Because I like The Simpsons, and I put on The Simpsons, and Lyra's just not interested. I don't know
if that's for kids.
No, but I swear they make this show specifically for kids to just be glued in on.
Octonauts, Paw Patrol and Octonauts. Oh man,
I'm not on that. No, I'm just on Paw Patrol because whenever I see my godkids, they're always watching Paw Patrol.
And Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig too.
So Peppa Pig is based on a scrotum.
What?
A scrotum.
Google Peppa Pig's dad right now.
Huh.
We would.
So they're gonna like it even more then.
What? Peppa Pig's dad is based on scrotums.
And so,
Peppa Pig and Peppa Pig's dad, but Peppa Pig's dad will make you realise that.
Like balls?
Right.
You said scrotum.
Right. Just go.
Did that change how you feel about it?
Yeah. Google image Peppa Pig's dad.
Google. Oh my
Come
God.
on, man. Come on.
Where did you get this from, man? You need to stop going down these long
You can find anything on
YouTube
Google.
rabbit hole.
A friend of mine who lives in my area, he wrote that movie yesterday that I was in. He made Love Actually, he made Notting Hill, All Weddings and a Funeral. He told me it one day. I don't know if he knows something that I don't, but he said Peppa Pig is based on the scrotum, and I haven't been able to unsee it.
Are you scrotum shaming?
No! No, I'm just saying if you're watching a TV show with your kids, do you, like, there was a TV show in England called Captain Pugwash, and they had lots of like sexual innuendos there. It was a kids show. It was a guy that worked on a ship, and there was a guy called Seaman Stains on there.
Seaman what?
Seaman Stains.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I was like Seaman.
Yeah.
Stains.
You didn't have to explain that one, man. We got that one. We totally understood. All right.
I don't know what that is.
Now, speaking of that, I love Sandman. So what's the nighttime routine?
Speaking of Seaman
for you
Stains.
and your girl? It's not speaking of Seaman Stains. It's talking about watching his daughter sleep. You say,
No, but you said speaking of that.
Okay. But,
Flagging so hard.
Sandman,
Yes.
what's your daughter's nighttime routine?
Well, it used to be just like whenever the fuck she woke up, but now, I have friends that don't believe in sleep training, because they would know, like, you would let your child cry out for like 5 minutes, and then you go back in comfort and cry out 5 minutes more and go back in comfort, and eventually your child is trained to go to sleep at a certain time.
I hate that.
Well, yeah, but
I never did that. But go ahead.
But man, it changed our lives because instead of like, you just knew that 7 o'clock she was going to bed,
bro,
you knew
like,
at midday she was going to
how do you just are on the ball like
yeah,
that?
it was smart. But the routine, she, I'll give her dinner at about 5:30. I'll give her a bath at about 6:30, and then she's in bed with a bottle
Fucking
at 7,
lucky ass
and then
niggas,
she'll wake
bro.
up. She doesn't really wake up in the night anymore. I mean, maybe once for a change, but she used to I used to change her diaper probably like 10 times a day, and now it's like.
And when you're able to put the cereal in the bottle a little bit and the whole cereal a little bit, that's when they can sleep alone.
Cereal in a bottle? Wow.
It's porridge for y'all, right?
Oatmeal. Right. Yeah, definitely. Well, we've only just really moved onto formula since Cherry did breastfeeding for like a year, and now we've just moved on to formula. Yeah.
And when did you decide to write that record? How old was she?
She wasn't born.
Oh.
Yeah, she wasn't born. I had a wave of inspiration when I found out that I was going to become a dad. The one that was about her that was written after she was born was a song called Leave Your Life. But yeah, she wasn't born. It was more of a what would I do as a dad? I want to write a lullaby. I was so excited to become a dad that they were just flowing out of me. I must have written like 50 songs.
Wow.
Like that. But then I didn't really want to have an album that was like, I'm a dad. The dad songs. I wanted to have one specific lullaby.
Well, did that song match your expectations? Like what you wrote, did it actually come to fruition?
I think so, yeah, because it is a calming song, and I do play it to her, and she does like it, so it does work as a lullaby. The difficult thing now is if you have any more kids, they're going to be like, well, where's mine?
Where's my song? You got a whole stash of them. You got a whole stash of them.
I know, but I can't have one that I wrote for Lyra and just like pretend it's for the next one.
So you're working on that.
Wow. How do you do it with you've got 5 going into 6? How do you do it? Would you have to buy all your kids the equal things? Like if you get one thing,
You got some other birds and the bees. I was like, how did you do it?
Everybody gets their own thing, but they will fight, they will argue.
Yeah.
They share, but they all get their own thing.
How old's your eldest?
19.
And they must be at a point where they don't have to have the same thing. They're kind of like.
Well, I mean, the 19 and 17, of course, but like the 8, the 7, and the 5, absolutely have to have the same thing. They want to do everything. If one goes into acting class, they all want to do acting class. If one gets a computer, a laptop, or an iPad, they all want their own.
It's difficult like that, isn't it? Because I remember anything that my brother did, I wanted, and I remember him.
This shit right here.
Really, like frustrated that I was always wanting to do things because he's like, no, this is my thing, and but it's the same thing. But you look up to your older sibling, don't you? I speak to him about it now, and he thought I was doing it to like piss him off, but I was only doing it because I loved him so much. Yeah.
What's the age difference?
2 years. So
So that's different. Yo, ain't
our school, all of the siblings were in the years. So his best mate's sister is one of my best mates, and his best mate's brother is one of my. So we kind of all started hanging out together anyway. So I can see why it's like frustrating if you're a couple of years older and everyone's sort of hanging out together.
Now you said you slowed down drinking.
Massively.
You stopped smoking cigarettes.
Well,
You did for a while.
no. So I do start smoking cigarette. I cut out everything. So my vice every now and then is I'll have a cigarette. Every now and then.
You lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, it's fine.
And this is
You can see it though.
Yeah, you actually it's all for the baby, or because he was like, I want to live longer for my baby. I want to do better for my.
Well, it's kind of a domino effect. It's kind of a domino effect of like I
We've
cut
all
out
done.
spirits and other stuff, and then suddenly I would wake up earlier in the morning and be like, oh man, I actually feel like going for a run, and then you would run. Or would go and do the gym and do
Damn, why can't I
weights or
switch to this
whatever, and
nigga?
suddenly your body would start looking better, and I'd start having more self-confidence, and clothes that I didn't think would look nice on me or fit me started doing it, and then I was like, oh, this is nice. So then you eat less shit food and you exercise more, and it's just a domino effect of the, as I said in the song, bad habits. Like all bad habits lead to other things. So I have one beer, then I'm going to want another beer, and then I'm going to want a shot, and then I might want a cigarette, and then I might want a Big Mac, and those are all things. But with healthy shit, it's if I drink water all day long, it makes me feel great, and then if I feel great, I might exercise, and if I feel great and exercise, I'm going to have a good night's sleep, and if I have a good night's sleep, I'm more likely to want to get up early in the morning and go and do it all again. So it's just a domino effect, but it's getting into it is the difficult thing of having these habits of. I love wine. I love having a bottle of wine before bed, but then I would always wake up feeling sluggish and feeling like shit. And then when you cut that out, you realise that there's so much more you can do with your day.
Are you ready to be shirtless with playing the guitar? That's what you're going for?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I did a topless thing in the Shape of You video because I remember getting really like skinny for that. And I kind of watched. I was so fat before. I wanted to show people like, no, I'm not fat anymore. But yeah, I don't know, man. That's not really my thing. I don't really. I've got so many fucking weird tattoos as well that I feel like people would just be like,
Oh, you already on you?
yeah, everywhere. I'm like all covered.
How has your lifestyle change affected your songwriting?
Well, I think this album is less like there's still like darkness in the album, but it's not. I'm not like writing about messy breakups and stuff like that. It's more. I feel like the album's quite wholesome in terms of I'm a dad. I'm married. I think it's more like relationships in my family and stuff like that, rather than being 22 and dating and yeah, whatever.
In the first song, Ties, you do talk about a dream that you would have, right? That there was a bullet in your head. Have you ever done like dream interpretation to find out what that means, or?
I remember I had a dream for ages that was me getting all of my teeth knocked out.
I used to have I started dreaming my teeth out. I did anxiety.
Yeah,
right?
precisely. Yeah, and change, and always when they were happening, about a couple of weeks later, something massive was shifting in my life. So I know when I said that, actually, there was a newspaper in England that did like a whole study on it because loads of people thought it was quite dark. But I said that, and they said that I think it's linked back to anxiety as well. But yeah, I feel weird sometimes when I talk about stuff that is personal in songs, because obviously it comes out and you have to talk about it in interviews because you put it in a song. But then I sometimes feel, I don't know, I was saying this in an interview the other day when we were talking about writing songs. I feel like if you're not embarrassed when you write something, then you shouldn't be like writing it or releasing it. Songwriting is such a like personal, vulnerable thing that if you don't feel weird doing it, then the song can't be good. Like all the best songs that I've listened to come from like real doubt and shame and embarrassment, and listening to a song with a line where you listen to it and you go, I've never been able to say that. How has this artist been able to say that? And that's the magic of songs, I think.
You know, I was watching something and they said that when you were younger, you thought you were gay. And this came to Charlamagne and I were having a conversation the other day. I remember getting an earring when I was a kid, and my dad thought I was gay. And Charlamagne one time he said one of the members of New Edition of Q.
Don't tell my story. Okay. I've already told my story.
You know, I
No comment, Ed.
No, I worded that wrong. I want to say I worded it wrong, and I never ever want to perpetuate stereotypes. All I was saying was when I was a kid, I had interests that people at my school used to take the piss out of me for, and they used to say certain things, and it did make me question it. But I never want to be someone that is saying because there's a stereotype, it's you have to like this. So I was doing it was an interview. The context of it was an interview in the Netherlands about this podcast about being like really masculine beings things, and I was saying when I was younger, this is what I was into, and because there was a certain stereotype in the 90s. I did question it, but I do apologise to anyone that I would have offended. I worded it wrong, but I gave an answer to a question.
But if you grew up in a certain area, you totally understand. Like what Emmy was saying about the earring, or even me all my influences were women. So I'm around my sister and my girl cousins, and I'm just trying to be down. So they talking about somebody being cute, so I just jump in like, yeah, he's cute. And my dad threw me in the yard and let my older cousins beat me up.
Well, I think it's perfectly natural to. People are just into what they're into. A stereotype doesn't mean that you have to be a certain way. I'm always very open with